Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I am a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. It's time to get underway with this whole idea of getting your life back in the order you desire it to be in. Now, the whole world is under a massive shift right now. In my opinion, not a bad move. Could have done with a little less stress around it, but COVID 19 has done the one thing in history that nothing else has ever managed to do. It has got in virtually every country looking at the exact same problem, regardless of where they are, regardless of the age, the income bracket, any of the differentiators between people. The whole situation with the pandemic COVID 19 has made a massive impact. So, this is the best time in history to be able to functionally change the way your life is going. So, what we're going to talk about here is how we go about that. Odds are I shouldn't have gone there, but the first trick to changing your life from where it is making that choice. Okay, we are talking about changing your mindset from whatever it is right now to a more positive, to a more self-productive process. Now, let's get a couple of things out of the way. First and foremost, what is imperative is this is a change that you make for you. Okay, you have to. It's absolutely critical. You take the word can't out of your vocabulary. Okay, now you'll find with me, if you've listened to any of my videos, most of the time, if I'm saying the word can't, I will catch myself and literally in the middle of a sentence, I'll go, well, actually, I could. I'm just not going to. Or it'd be a bad idea, something to this effect. The reality is, there is very little on this planet that cannot be done. There's a lot I would recommend you don't do. Okay. Now, the reality of it is this: it doesn't matter who you talk to. Okay. First and foremost, back up half a second. I'm approaching things from a slightly different angle here. But where it comes to the word can't, I will be doing videos in the near future on very specific words. Now I've already got one done up regarding language. I'm going to be putting videos up regarding specific words. Can't being one. Can't, never, always. These are just a few, and of course the two real funny ones, if and try. These are self-deprivating words. Okay, they are self-destructive, they will hold you back. And in the videos when I do those, when you look at those, they will explain how that works. So do look them up or watch for them is more to the point. Now, when I was referring to the change has to be yours voluntarily. The reason for that is if you're not doing it voluntarily for you, it will not make any functional difference in all likelihood. At least for most people, it doesn't. Hopefully, you're one of these people it does. But take, for instance, the problem of smoking. Now, I know you smokers out there looking at it going, it's no problem. And realistically, it's not. You want to smoke, you grab a smoke, you smoke, no problem. However, go to a doctor and the doctor will tell you you have to quit smoking or you're going to have lung problems. No matter how imperative they make that sound, unless you personally decide that you're going to end that, that you're going to change that, it's not going to work. Now, again, I may have already done a video on smoking. If not, it's one of the ones that'll be coming up. So make sure that you do like my video, subscribe to my channel so you can see the videos as they come up, and check out the back videos. There's a lot of information going out. So when I say that came out well. When I say that it has to be a mindset of yours, a choice for you personally. Okay, unless you make that choice, it's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to bring to your attention another little issue of choice. And I know I've talked about this before, but on December 28th of 2018, I had a pretty severe stroke that left me bedridden and unable to speak, with my left side was pretty much shot. So I had a choice. I could simply go, I'm not going to work with that, and I'll leave my left hand not working, or I can work with it and deliberately work to be able to pick up anything that I want. In this case, I shouldn't say that. It's actually anything I desire, but that's another one of those words. The only reason I'm actually drinking my coffee with my right hand right now is because, well, the speaker's in the way. Anyway, the choice has to be you're going to do it. Either you're going to make the effort and get the arm working, get that part of you working, or you're not. Same as your mindset. Now, that said, okay, when we take a look at the overall picture, here's the thing. There is now. Think before you speak. This would be an idea for me. Apparently, doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning has some disadvantages. But anyway, um, there is a saying that goes, "A cluttered mind or a cluttered home is a sign of a cluttered mind." Well, it depends on your definition of clutter. If you're not content with your house, okay, if you think of that term, a cluttered home is a sign of a cluttered mind. This basically boils down to this. And yeah, if you look at that behind me, yeah, my mind is pretty much on the go all the time. If you think of it, if it is a reflection, if your physical world is a reflection of the way your mind is sitting, then it is clear that your mind, it has got to be a reflection of the way your house is. So hopefully you're with me this far. That said, it is far easier to change the physical world than it is to change the way you're thinking. This is proven in the easiest of ways. If you're looking at my video right now, you can't see my coffee, so let's show you something. Okay, here's a neat little change. I just changed that. Now you can see my coffee cup. Good size, isn't it? Anyway, it's easier to change the way that your house is sitting. I did do another video on the importance and the effectiveness of a list. And of course, behind me, I always keep one of these funny little things so that I can keep a list. As you can see, and I don't expect you to read it, but as you can see, I've got things written here. I check them off as they're done. Watch the other video. It will tell you exactly why lists work. But considering that neat little situation, okay, one step at a time. First step, you have to make that decision that you're changing for you. Okay, now I've been given all kinds of tools over the years, and they don't always pan out the first time for me. This is where that stubborn streak that most people are born with comes in real handy, and here's the problem. The way society has evolved, and I mentioned this in a very recent video, people are, you say they're either addicted to something or they're in a very bad habit of it. Okay, now habits on the whole, the average habit takes 21 days to form. From what I've come to understand, it takes 21 days to form a habit. Therefore, it also takes 21 days to change it on average. Okay, and there are ways of making that work. You can go with the idea of stubborn streak. Okay, that doesn't always work. I've got one heck of a stubborn streak myself, and rest assured it plays havoc with me. Because at the same time as I've got the stubborn streak to drive forward, you may find that that same drive that you have to move forward gets in the way, and also works as the same drive you have to stay exactly where you are. And this comes back to that issue of the choice to change has to be yours. Okay, so a couple of videos I've already pointed out. Well, that came out clearly. The couple of videos that have already come out, okay, or that I've already mentioned, either look them up or watch for them. Okay, And what you'll find happen is you can get on underway. Now, for me, it really boils down to a lot of the tools that I talk about in all of these, I'm literally already putting to use. Okay. Well, whether it's okay or not, doesn't matter. Hopefully this is all making sense. I'm doing my best to try and stay focused on where I'm going instead of going off on a sidetrack. How's that working? Now, critical factor here. There's a lot of different pieces of information out there. There's a lot of information I'm sitting on that I'm doing my best to get out. So, with that in mind, if you have any questions or any topics that you would like to take a look at, doesn't matter what the topic. Okay, I've dealt, because of the fact I've been doing my work literally since I was 10 years old, I've covered just about every topic that I can think of offhand. Okay, and I will be getting to a whole pile of them. Okay, look at the ones that are already up. Okay, and the idea here is to help you get your life back on order. Okay, back in track that you're content with. So, shall we get started with that? Okay. First and foremost, get your mindset that the change is for you. It frankly has a much higher chance of success if you're doing it for you. Even if somebody else suggested it, you've got to be the one that finally says, I'm making the change. Okay. So walk with me as we go through these changes together. The next number of videos are going to be specifically targeting the impediments that you're facing, the impediments that you're going through. If you have a specific topic that you would like me to cover, there's a whole list of ways getting a hold of me down below in the description of this video. Reach out to me. I will do my best to get back to you directly or to put a video up if it's a big enough topic, which I can't think of a topic that isn't big enough. I will do my best to put a video out regarding that topic and how to cope with it, how to deal with it, or how to get insight into it. Okay. So, that being said, for the time being, I'm going to leave you with this. Take care of yourselves and each other, and for pity's sakes, stay positive.